Well, it's amazing how much interesting stuff happened over the past 24 hours. Subscribe so that not to miss the highlights of the world's top football. Write your favorite football player in the comments below. We wonder who represents your football world right now. And smash a like to this video because we are about to start. Ramos set a European record for the number of appearances for the national team. The match with Switzerland became Sergio's 177th one. 7 games remain before the world record of Ahmed Hassan. Guardiola is close to extending his contract with Man City. Pep's current contract with the English club expires in the summer of 2021. The VAR is being misused. In a close-up shot in slow motion, the moment is aggravated, says Cesc Fabregas. Alaba is Juventus' top priority. Presumably, Turin's can sign him in January. Super League, we will see a lot of Champions League semi-final stage games. Everybody loves these matches. Marca quotes Toni Kroos. A £100,000 Range Rover was stolen from Harry Kane. The forward contacted the police, but the case has now been closed. I think Real is in charge of this project. I would call it the Interplanetary League. A team from Mars can fly in to play, said the president of La Liga, Javier Tebas. Barcelona is the best club in Spain of the 21st century. Real Madrid is the second, Atletico is the third. This ranking was compiled by the Research Center for the History and Statistics of Spanish Football, CIHEFE. Wilshere could have played in Real Madrid or Barcelona. He could have become an English legend, says Cesc Fabregas. Depay agreed to receive less in the first years at Barca. Barcelona and Depay have already discussed his 4-year contract, which should come into effect on July 1st, 2021. Then the player will become a free agent. However, there is still a chance that the transfer will take place in winter. Messi's desire to leave Barcelona? If you don't want to be at a particular place, nothing will hold you back, stated legendary Luis Figo on Lionel leaving Barca. Milan coach Stefano Pioli has a coronavirus. Stefano has no symptoms of the disease, however, he is now quarantining at home. Real is in talks with Ramos on contract details. The player and Paris himself will make their statements on Monday. The United Kingdom wants to host all Euro 2020 matches. The negotiations with UEFA are being processed. English Premier League player was arrested on suspicion of rape. He is over 20 years old, his name hasn't been announced. The prosecutor's office may interrogate Lazio players. The club faces from 1 to 3 points withdrawal due to smear-taking fraud. When Cristiano left Madrid, nothing changed. To be honest, his transfer didn't make Serie A stronger. They almost didn't notice his transfer there. Marca quotes Javier Tebas. Derby County announced the resignation of Philippe Cocu as head coach of the team. Striker Wayne Rooney became a player coach. English Premier League will test a system of additional substitutions for head injuries. The son of the legendary Argentinian striker Diego Armando Maradona, Diego Armando Jr. got into the Naples hospital due to the complications caused by COVID-19. Real Madrid is going to omit the loss of huge caused by cutting salaries for the first-team players in 2021. Inter and Croatia midfielder Marcelo Brozovic tested positive for coronavirus. Kylian Mbappe is ready to sign a new contract with PSG if certain conditions are thoroughly discussed. The Frenchman will put his signature under the agreement if it contains a fixed amount of compensation. Tottenham head coach Jose Mourinho has been suspended for 1 Europa League match. The Portuguese specialist received such a punishment for the late start of the second-round match with Antwerp. Nations League match Norway vs Romania has been postponed due to the outbreak of coronavirus in the side of Norwegian national team. Sergio Busquets was injured in the League of Nations match against Switzerland. The timing of recovery is still unknown. Football España reports Ansu Fati holds negotiations to extend his contract with Barca. The winger is expected to extend the agreement until 2024 ahead of New Year's Eve. Manchester City wants to sign Erling Haaland. The club believes that the Norwegian seems much stronger than Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. Liverpool wants to get Koulibaly, but Napoli's price tag of €60 million or more scares the Reds. Tottenham is interested in the return of Christian Eriksen. Londoners want to return Inter's midfielder in January. The qualification matches for the 2022 World Cup in the South American section and the League of Nations matches took place yesterday. The results are in your screens. Now it's time for us to move on to the main news. Let's start with South America. The Chile national team defeated Peru thanks to Arturo Vidal's double. We'll point out the first goal. What a great shot Inter midfielder performed. The Brazilian national team beat Venezuela by a minimal score. 3 points were brought by an accurate netting of Roberto Firmino. After match day, the tournament table looks like this. The French national team got into the semifinals of the League of Nations, taking the first place in the group after defeating Portugal 1-0. The only goal in the match was scored by N'Golo Kanté. Portugal won't be able to defend the title. Ronaldo has never scored against France in 6 games. The worst streak in Cristiano's career. CR7 was mostly remembered for the simulation which the whole world laughed at, and his hugs with Griezmann after the match. Germany beat Ukraine 3-1 and took the lead in the League of Nations. Werner scores for 5 matches in a row in all competitions. The striker has a brace. Another goal was made by Sané. Yaremchuk was the one who scored for Ukraine. Sergio Ramos missed 2 penalties in the match against Switzerland. What a performance from Swiss goalkeeper Jan Sommer. The match ended with a 1-1 tie. Juventus striker Cristiano Ronaldo won't return to Manchester United anytime soon. Manchester has no plans to acquire the 35-year-old Portuguese, according to the Manchester Evening News. Sources at Man United have made it clear that no deal is being discussed between the parties at the moment. PSG is working on a contract extension with forward Kylian Mbappé, and Real is monitoring the situation closely. The agreement of the 21-year-old Frenchman is calculated until the summer of 2022. Real Madrid is convinced of their chance of getting a player if the Parisians don't agree on a new deal by next summer. Madrid expects that in this case, the deal will cost about 180 million euros. According to us, Mbappé has already refused to renew his contract with PSG 3 times. A footballer can enter into a new discussion session if the amount of compensation is spelled out in it. Such a step would be a problem for Real Madrid because obviously the compensation will be higher than 180 million that the Merengues are willing to provide for Mbappé. Most likely the amount will be closer to the 222 million for which Neymar was bought to the Parisians from Barcelona. Striker Cristiano Ronaldo significantly outstrips Lionel Messi for goals from open play in recent international matches. The 35-year-old Juventus forward has scored 10 of them in his last 11 appearances for Portugal. The 33-year-old Argentina captain has never scored a single one of these in his last 10 starts for Argentina. Manchester City is planning to boost their squad with 2 players from the Spanish Championship. According to ESPN Argentina, the citizens are preparing offers for Barcelona forward Lionel Messi and Real Madrid defender Sergio Ramos. Both players' contracts expire in this summer, and from the 1st of January, the English club will be able to negotiate on their free agent status transfers. El Chiringuito adds that the mandatory requirements for Messi's transfer includes the extension of the contracts of 2 old-timers of Man City, Pep Guardiola and Sergio Aguero. Friends, the new video has been released on our new channel called Top Football about the top 5 acts of fair play in football. The video is in front of you. Go ahead and have a watch. And we gotta say goodbye for now. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.